And before we start reading the story, Nolan, okay, before we start reading the story, I kind of want to review one of the skills we've been working on, which is predictions, all right? Does anybody remember when we're reading a story and we're looking at the pictures and we're making connections and kind of thinking about the words and the things that the characters are doing, we make predictions. Does anybody remember what a prediction is and what it means? What's it mean, Riley?
It means you're making a guess.
You're making a guess, right? A guess about what's going to happen next. Good job, Austin. About what's going to happen next. And sometimes, remember the hoodwink story, right? And the clues of scratching, and we kind of made a prediction on what was at the door. Nolan, raise your hand. A prediction was what at the door. What was at the door? So that's when we make a prediction, okay? So this story that I have for you is a little bit silly. There might be some things in there of characters from other stories that might remind you of them in this one right here. So I'm going to show you the book. The title is, right up here at the top, Piggy Pie. We say Piggy Pie.
Piggy Pie.
It is by Margie Palatini, and it's illustrated by Howard Fine. Anybody raise your hand and tell me what you think the story might be about, or what you see on the front cover? Raise your hand now. What do you see, Rylan?
Pigs.
There's pigs. What else do we see? Jasmine.
A witch.
There's a witch. Jasmine, how did you know that was a witch? The nose, right? Everybody do this. Do witches sometimes have long, pointy noses?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, what else? What else do you see? Or maybe why do you think it might be a witch? Cruz, what do you see?
I see the title.
There is the title, right? And a witch also, I like how Jasmine pointed this out. The nose is really long. Everybody do this. The chin is kind of pointy. And everybody say warts.
Warts.
Humans get warts, but sometimes in almost any character, an illustrator likes to put warts on a witch, right? So what do you think? If the title is Piggy Pie, and there's piggies and a witch, what is the story? Making a prediction what it might be about. Sophia, what do you think? Oh, I can't hear because I have friends sit crisscross, Jasmine, so Cruz can see. Say it again. You think maybe she's going to hurt the pigs, right? What do you think, Austin?
I think that the witch is going to kill the pigs and make them into pie.
Because it's called Piggy Pie. Let's see what it's about. Put your hands down. Here we go. So be thinking about predictions, what's going to happen, and be thinking about characters. Everybody say characters. Think about familiar characters from stories that maybe you have read. Piggy Pie. Here we go. Hopefully I don't goof up on it. Sometimes I'm bad at the phrases or words. Gritch, the witch, woke up grouchy, grumpy, and very hungry. Her belly grumbled for something delicious, something delightful, something special. But what? It wasn't purple mousetail stew. No, she ate that yesterday for lunch. Maybe some mashed dragon tongue pudding? No, Gritch wasn't in the mood for anything quite that sweet. Perhaps a taste of boiled black buzzard feet. Oh, that always made her mouth water. No, not today. The Gritch wanted something truly tasty, something really yummy, and something special. And that could only mean, what do you think?
A pig. A pig pie.
Piggy
Pie.
Let's see. Piggy pie! Yes, yes, piggy pie. I can taste those plump, juicy pink piggies right now, Gritch said, smacking her lips. She hurried to the pantry and pulled down her old hag cookbook from the top shelf. She picked off a spider and blew off the dust of the book and turned to the secret recipe on page 342. Gritch ran her bony finger with her long green nail down the list of ingredients, which called for 1 eye of a fly. She checked the pantry shelves. No problem, said Gritch. 2 shakes of a rattler's rattle. No problem, said Gritch. 3 belly hairs, ooh, of a possum. No problem, said Gritch. And 8 plump piggies. How many piggies does she need? 8. Problem! Screeched Gritch. I don't have any piggies. How can I make piggy pie without even 1 puny pink pig? Gritch pulled her hair and she stomped her feet and she paced the floor. Oh, she wanted piggy pie and she wanted piggy pie very much. She said, tapping her lucky wart on her chin. Now where would I find 8 plump piggies? Raise your hand. Where could she possibly find 8? Raise your hand. plum piggies. What do you think, Heidi?
From the farm.
From the farm. Nod your head if you agree, maybe the farm. Anybody different? Anybody different? Something different than the farm? What do you think? Did you forget? Yeah, I love how you raised your hand though. I love it though. I love it you shared. What do you think, Brighton?
The pet store.
The pet store. You think you can get a pig at a pet store, right? All right, maybe a pet store, maybe a farm. Last thought, Abby, where do you think we can get a pig?
You can hunt for a pig.
You could hunt for, some pigs are in the woods, right? Some wild hogs or wild pigs. Good thoughts. Everybody say connections.
Connections.
You're making connections right there. Okay, let's see. Where would I find 8 hunt piggies?
It's a farm.
Gritch thought and she thought and thought. Aha! She shouted with a jump. The circus. Yes, yes, the circus. The circus? No, 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 not the circus. You don't find pigs in a circus. She thought harder. Aha! She shouted. A zoo. Yes, yes, the zoo. The zoo? No, no, not the zoo. You don't find pigs in the zoo. The farm. Yes, yes, the farm. You find pigs on the farm. There was still just one teeny tiny problem. Where to find a farm? Where else? Gritch let her bony fingers do the walking and opened to the yellow pages to F, where she found a very large ad. This was it. Everybody see this ad? You want me to read it to you?
Yeah.
It says, "Oh, MacDonald farm." Where's she gonna go? Say it out loud. What kind of farm though?
Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald. Anybody heard of Old MacDonald before?
Oh,
Old MacDonald had a farm. Okay, so is Old MacDonald a familiar character? He's kind of a familiar character in a familiar song. Let's keep going. So she's gonna go Old MacDonald. So Gritch put her broomstick in gear and headed over the river and through the woods to Old MacDonald's farm. I've got you in my sights now, you little porkers. She cackled and circled overhead. Surrender, piggies. Does this sound familiar to anybody? She says, over the river and through the woods. Does that sound familiar? To grandmother's house we go. That's kind of like a song too, right? And it says, surrender, piggies. What do you see the piggies doing? Raise your hand. What do you see them doing? Somebody new. Hunter, what do you see?
Them like screaming.
How do you think they're feeling?
Scared.
They're scared, right? Can anybody make a prediction on what might happen next? Anybody predict what might happen next? Think positive thoughts. It's a good story. It's not too sad. What do you think might happen next? What do you think, Briley?
They're gonna run away.
They might run away. Good thought. Because they're scared, right? And which they know that the witch is coming from them. Rylan?
She's gonna smash into the pigs.
She's going to smash into the pigs because what is she on?
Pig
A broom. Okay, one last prediction. Abby.
They're gonna squeak their nose and say no, no.
They're going to get mad and use their voice, right? Okay, let's flip the page. Everybody say no words.
No words.
There's no words on this page. We have to infer, we have to predict and infer what they are doing. Raise your hand. What do you see is going on in the picture? Hold it up higher. It's kind of silly.
I know it.
What do you see, Journey? What are they doing?
They're being scared, so they're in the best hiding spot. And I see the 2 pigs are covered with blankets.
Okay, so they're covering themselves maybe with some blankets. What else do you see? Let's keep extending what Journey's saying. She's on the right track. What do you see, Jerison? What are they doing?
They're covering their body because they don't want the witch to get them and kill them.
Okay.
So they're
Dressing up, right?
Yeah. So and some are dressing up like some angels and stuff, and some are dressing up ducks and chickens.
There we go. Ducks and chickens, right? Maybe not angels, but if you look closer, what's this look like all together? Something that goes moo.
A cow.
What is it, Austin?
Cow.
A cow, right? So they're trying to disguise themselves as other farm animals. Gritch zoomed in with a thump thump, landing, and she spit straw, fanned her still smoking tootsies, and lifted her goggles. There wasn't a pig in sight. Where did they all go? Gritch shouted to a duck. Hey, duck, I said, where are all the piggies? I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. The duck quacked here. The duck quacked there. Here it quacked. There it quacked. Everywhere it quacked. No piggies. Yes, sure enough. Oh, yes, you go. I think you've had your hand up. Yes, sir, you may go. Go. Thank you for being so patient. What do you mean, no piggies, you dizzy duck? Gritch screeched into his bill. I just saw a parcel or a passel of piggies down here not a minute ago. Hand over those hogs, you little quacker. No piggies, quacked the duck. Gritch pulled her hair and she stomped her feet, and she even threatened the duck with one of her most evil spells. The duck was not impressed. It wasn't even scared. It gave Gritch another quack and waddled away. So who needs this duck? Gritch mumbled.
It's a pig. Oh.
Being careful where she stepped, Gritch wandered across the meadow. Yoo-hoo, she shouted. Moo. You, Gritch said to the cow. Where are the piggies? I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. The cow moo-mooed there. It moo-mooed here. It moo-mooed here. It moo-mooed there. Here it
Moo everywhere.
Here it mooed. There it mooed. Everywhere it moo-mooed. No piggies. Can anybody predict? Maybe she might come across another animal. Maybe what other animal will she come across? She came across a duck, right? She came across a cow.
And a chicken.
What do you think she might come across next, Hunter?
A chicken.
What? Did they dress up as chickens in that one page, maybe?
I thought in one page.
I think they did, right? Well, being careful. Let's see. Let's go to the next page. What do you mean, no piggies, you lumpy-looking cow? Screeched Gritch. I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. Fork over the pork, you walking machine. You walking milk machine, or I'll curdle your cream. No piggies, mooed the cow. Gritch pulled her hair, she stomped her feet, and she even threatened the cow with one of her most evil spells. The cow stared at Gritch, swatted a fly with its tail, and lumbered away. Cows, ha! Who needs them? Gritch muckled. All right, let's see if Hunter's prediction's correct. So she tried the barnyard, where she stopped a chicken in its tracks. Okay, bird brain, where are the piggies? I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. The chicken clucked here. It clucked there. Here it.
Cluck.
There it clucked. Everywhere it clucked. No piggies.
No piggies here.
What do you mean, no piggies? Sit up straight, Journey. You feathered drumstick, Gritch screeched. What's going on here? Where's the boss of this heap of hay? The chicken flapped a wing toward. Who's the boss? Raise your hand at the floor. Don't say it out loud. Who's the boss? Not the witch, right? Think about who she visited. She looked in the yellow pages. Now raise your hand. I listen to her. Raise your hand. Who's the boss of the farm?
The farmer.
The farmer? The farmer, right? What's his name? Who's the name of the farmer in this story? Who's the Old Mac? Donald, right? Old MacDonald. Yes, Mac, you're correct. Yes, good job, Sophia. Mac. So the chicken flapped a wing toward Nolan, Old MacDonald. Gritch looked him over twice and once and twice. You're Old MacDonald? What do you see, guys? It's the pigs. You don't look much like your picture, do you? The farmer thumbed his suspenders and shrugged. Look, Shorty, I've been quacked here, I've been moo-mooed there, and clucked everywhere all over this farm. I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. Where are the piggies? The farmer looked here, he looked there. He looked there, he looked everywhere, he looked. No piggies. What do you mean, no piggies, you flea-bitten seed spreader? You must have piggies. Gritch pulled her hair, she stomped her feet, and she even threatened him with one of her most evil spells. No piggies. Her stomach growled, it grumbled, but there were no piggies. There would be no piggy pie. Now what was she going to eat?
There is piggies.
What do you think she's gonna eat, Hunter?
A pig in a witch's cauldron.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. Let's see. Journey, answer yourself, please. Psst, psst, psst. Excuse me, little lady. Wolf's the name. Let me give you some advice. Forget about the pigs. Forget about the pigs, said Gritch, eyeing the wolf. He nodded. They're too tricky. Trust me. I've been chasing 3 little pigs for days. He huffed and puffed. I'm starving. Look at me. I'm nothing but skin and bones. Gritch pinched his arm. Well, not quite in skin and bones, she grinned. Mr. Wolf, I have the most wonderful idea. I was thinking, since you haven't eaten and I haven't eaten, why don't you come home with me for lunch? I'm a very good cook. Why, that does sound tempting, the wolf said as he looked at Gritch and smacked his lips. Are you sure it wouldn't be any problem? Problem? Gritch grinned. Raise your hand. What do you think is going to happen? I've also got another question for you. What do you think is going to happen, Abby?
The witch is going to cook them up and eat them.
What makes you think that?
Because her leg kind of looks like he's going to eat them because it's growling.
It's her stomach was growling, right? Right? She's looking at the wolf and she's touching him and she's like, well, you don't look like skin and bones. So she's thinking that, he might be a delicious what? Well, not a pig, but just a delicious meal, right? A meal, right? Now, here's another question. Nolan, stay with me. You're not showing good Sargo behavior right now. The big bad wolf, he came in and he said, forget the piggies. They're too tricky. Trust me. I've been chasing 3 little pigs for days. Who's that wolf? Anybody have an idea, connection to a previous story? I listen to friends that raise their hands. Heidi, who do you think that wolf is?
Well, it's Big Bad Wolf.
What makes you think it's the big bad wolf?
Because it's the little piggies and the wolf.
Yes, have you guys heard the story of the 3 little pigs?
Yeah.
And who comes and chases the 3 little pigs?
The
Big bad wolf, and he huffs, right? It even said he huffed and puffed, and does the big bad wolf huff and puff? Yeah. So there's another character in the story that sounds familiar. Old MacDonald and the big bad wolf. Okay, so let's keep going. So we think that the witch, Gritch the witch, is going to eat the wolf. Let's see. No problem at all, said Gritch as they walked off arm in arm. I always enjoy having a wolf for lunch. But we're not done. Raise your hand. What do you see? The wolf. I don't listen to friends who raise their voice. What do you see them thinking? What are they thinking, Sherman Ollie? What's the witch thinking and the wolf thinking?
Food.
They're thinking of food. Describe. What kind of food are they thinking of, Austin?
Eating each other.
Eating each other. What's the wolf thinking of eating, guys?
A witch.
The witch, that's her hair. Who's the witch thinking of eating?
Wolf sandwich.
So they both think that they're going to eat each other.
And I have to tell you.
The end. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh, was that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So let's quickly review. Crisscross Applesauce, you're doing a great job. My other class is very antsy. We're going to check out books, okay, if you brought them back. If you did not bring your books back, see those books over there? I know there's not that very many. You may grab a book if you didn't bring your book back. Sit down, Brighton. You may grab your book. You may grab a book over there and sit on the floor and read if you didn't bring your book back, okay? Sit down. Sit down.
I forgot.
Raise your hand. That's okay. In just a second, we'll go. Okay? What do you do? Raise your hand when you pull a book off the shelf and you don't want the book. What do you do, Sophia?
You or put it on the shelf.
Listen to friends that raise their hand.
Put it on the shelf.
Top of the shelf. Don't forget any of the book characters, Bernstein Bears, Pete the Cat. We've got Elmer, Curious George. If you need help finding those popular characters, I am here for you, okay? My back row from Nolan all the way to Journey, stand up. Either check out or read a book if you didn't bring your book back. My middle row, you are doing a great job. It's okay. It's probably from the paper.
I forgot.
Okay. All right, my front row, you are dismissed. Good job.
I don't want to sit here by myself.
Okay, stand up. Let's go check it out. There's Pete the cat over there. Fancy Nancy's in the O.
I'm getting this one so my mother can read this to me because my mother loves.
Oh, he does. All right, I got one person talking my hand. Yes, Pete the cat, do you see the blue cat over there? See them right here? Stand over here beside me. See that blue stuffed pink cat? He's right there to the right on the top shelf. Yes. Clifford? Let's see. Clifford is, he's in the B's, B-R-I, so find the B. I think it's on this side. See the B's?
Number 30.
Clifford. Here's B, so there's the Bernstein Bears. Look right here. B. Birdwell. Oh, they are waiting for us. Are we